Hello everybody and welcome back to Diecast Duels. Today in the battle ring we have Hot Wheels taking on Tarmac Works in the battle for the Pagani Huayra R. We have the Global 64 line being represented in our red square by Tarmac Works. And in the blue square we have the Ultimate Hot Wheels line in the Hot Wheels Red Line Club. So these two titans of diecast will battle it off head-to-head to see which one reigns supreme in the Pagani Huayra R. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get this battle started. Round 1 is casting and proportions. So we'll take a look at the Hot Wheels first. And we have a very good casting with very good proportions. Nothing to really complain about on that side of things. Over here on the Tarmac Works, we once again have a very nice model with very nice proportions with absolutely nothing to complain about. One thing we should definitely note, though, is that of the two models, the Hot Wheels is ever so slightly bigger. I would say if the Tarmac is true 1/64th, that would mean that the Hot Wheels is probably like a 1/63rd, because it is just ever so slightly bigger. It's not hardly noticeable, though. If you got them sitting in a case, you're not going to be able to tell a difference between the two. So when it comes to our plastic parts, the Tarmac does have a few more plastic parts. The roof scoop is plastic on both of them, but the Tarmac has a plastic rear wing with the plastic wing supports here. And then both of them do have the plastic mirror up there. So that gives the Hot Wheels a little bit more heft, just having slightly more metal. And then it also has the opening engine cover here, which exposes the engine. And this does sit very nice and seamlessly. So definitely really good. I do have full reviews on both of these cars out if you want to check them out in a little bit more in depth. But overall, the Hot Wheels is a little bit heavier, has the opening part, and has just a little bit more metal than the Tarmac does. However, they are both very, very nice when it comes to their proportions. So with all of that taken into account, round 1 comes to an end. I'm going to go ahead and give Hot Wheels 3 points for the round for just having slightly better details, I guess you could say, with the opening part and a few more metal parts. Tarmac Works is going to get 2 points, though. It absolutely is no slouch in the casting and proportions category. Round 2, paint and details. So, starting off, the Hot Wheels paint is Spectra Flame Black, which actually makes it kind of look a silvery chrome with just kind of a hint of black to it, which is extremely unique and looks really, really good in my opinion. However, it's not necessarily realistic to the real-life car. Moving on to the Tarmac Works, we have what they call their Neuro Oro, I believe, paint. So it's kind of a Spectra Flame, or not Spectra Flame, sorry, a Metal Flake black with almost like a hint of gold to it, which again, not particularly realistic. However, of the two, if you're going for straight realisticness, I'd say the Tarmac is probably a little bit closer. However, when we get into the details themselves, so up front, neither one of them have any kind of meshing behind this section here, but they both have the little details in the brake ducts. We'll take a look there. Now, the Tarmac Works has the tow hook casted in right here, but it's not painted at all. So it kind of looks ugly in my opinion. I've always thought that was some sort of defect, but it is supposed to be the tow hook. The Hot Wheels eliminated that entirely, so that's not there. In my opinion, that is a bonus. Both of them have mirrors, and both of their mirrors are about the same. They're kind of a hard, stiff plastic. I probably wouldn't play with them too much, or you could break them off. Now, the Hot Wheels has plastic inserts, which look really good for these headlights, whereas the Tarmac Works has just gone with some silver paint in there, which doesn't stand out as nicely and is a little bit harder to see. Up near the window section, where the Pagani logo sits, Hot Wheels has attempted to put it there. There is the little circle oval thing right there. Whereas Tarmac Works has decided to just neglect that area, and there is no logo there at all, which is very disappointing. Both of them have mostly metal additions like the canards and everything up front. But when it comes to the rear wings, as you can see here, they are roughly the same thickness and all that, but the Hot Wheels is metal, so it is a little bit thicker, I would say, but by no means does that make it look bad or anything like that. Moving on to the actual details on the back here, though, you will see that the taillights on the Tarmac work are silver for some reason, and the exhaust tips are white with no kind of diffuser paint at all. Now, if we move over to the Hot Wheels, we get red brake lights and the Italian flag across the diffuser with the white exhaust. Now, let me go ahead and pull up a picture of the Huayra R's rear end, and you can see that the Hot Wheels is significantly more realistic to the real-life car there, with the red taillights and the Italian flag being there. But then the Hot Wheels also shines a little bit more when we open the engine cover back there, and you can see all that goodness of the engine with the Pagani logos and everything on it. Again, more in depth on that in the actual review for this one. But there is one section where the Tarmac Works really does shine, though, and that is the wheels. So we do have completely accurate wheels on the Tarmac Works, and we just have the basic 10 spokes from Hot Wheels. But again, like I said in the review, these wheels look so close to those that it's really not a huge deal, at least in my opinion. So with an absolutely massive round 2 out of the way, the Hot Wheels is going to claim 4 points for its superior details, where the Tarmac Works is going to claim 1 point for its closer to realistic paint. Round 3, this is your value for your money. Now the Hot Wheels is going to start at about $30. It is a Red Line Club member, so you already have to have that membership to even have a chance to buy one. And then you're going to pay $30 on top of it. At the time of this recording, it is still available because it was a 30,000 production run, I believe. But you are going to have to pay shipping on top of that, so you're probably going to end up looking at around $40 by the time you're all said and done. And while this model is very nice, it's definitely not worth $40, so it's a little bit overpriced. Coming over here to the Tarmac Works, this one is available at hobby dealers, so it is possible for you to get it for a cool, crisp $15. I will say that this one is actually a little overpriced at the $15 price point, just because Mini GT, per se, which is Tarmac Works' main competition, I would say, routinely does more detailing than this at a $12 price point. So the $15 is definitely the better price point, but it is still a touch overpriced for the amount of detailing that Tarmac Works gives us. Needless to say, though, the Tarmac Works is only slightly overpriced, whereas the Hot Wheels is fairly overpriced. And with that, round 3 will go to the Tarmac Works. Hot Wheels will bring home 1 point for this round, where the Tarmac Works will bring home 4 points for the value for your money. For our roll test, round 4. Now, both of these models use real riders with rubber tires. Both models have slicks. Both should be expected to roll about the same, and that is completely true. Both of them are going to roll extremely smoothly with no complaints really out of that. So that brings round 4, our final round, to an end, with the Tarmac Works bringing home 2 points and the Hot Wheels also bringing home 2 points. The 4th round ends in a draw. So the duel comes to an end. Let's go ahead and tally up those results. Hot Wheels is going to come home with 10 points, and Tarmac Works is going to finish off with 9 points. It was a hard-fought battle, and it was extremely close, but at the end, Hot Wheels is going to take the win in this diecast duel. And I'll be totally honest, that is something I am a little bit surprised I am saying. I did not think I would like the Hot Wheels quite as much as I do. But the superior level of details and that engine cover coming off and exposing a beautiful engine really does make this one stand out quite a bit, in my opinion. So I think if you're a huge fan of the Tarmac Works. You're definitely going to enjoy the probably more realistic paint colors on that one. But when it comes to the detailing, the Hot Wheels definitely is going to stand out. I can definitely see the price being a big detractor for this one. And if realisticness is all you care about, then the LCD model, which I don't actually own, coming in at $30 is probably actually your better price point. That's probably the one you're going to want. But for these two, I would say the Hot Wheels is definitely the one you'd want to take home if you want more details. So for that reason, the Hot Wheels comes home as our champion in this diecast duel. And that is going to do it for this diecast duel, guys. The Tarmac Works fought valiantly, but in the end it fell short. However, at only a $15 model, it is still something I highly recommend to all Pagani fans, and definitely one that you should still pick up. That being said though, guys, let me know what your thoughts are on these particular models in the comments down below. Make sure you give the video a like, it really helps me out, and subscribe if you are new so you don't miss out on future diecast duels. And I will see you guys in the next video.